I think that. So I have shown you guys the video going over the risk management spreadsheet, but what I want to show you is how I got the volatility analysis for the currencies in that spreadsheet. So I'm going to give you guys this download, which is going to give you the volatility of all the US dollar pairs, or the poem pairs, or the euro pairs, for an example, and you'll be able to update your spreadsheets yourself. I'll show you how to do it. And basically, you'll always be able to keep an updated version of the daily volatility over a daily period, weekly period, and a monthly period. So what I want to show you for an example is the US dollar against the Swedish krona. We have the daily volatility analysis. You can go over here to the link tab, click on this section over here, and basically what you can then do is just inside here, whatever currency pair you want to focus on, you can literally just change the symbols for the currency pair. So for an example, USD forgets the Swedish krona. So that is, I've gone to the daily data here on investing.com, and I've gone to the date. I'll just make sure that I've got data that's going back 10 years for an example of this exchange rate. So I can click on this little calendar on the right hand side, and I can change the date to 11 years. So I'll just go back 10 years and I'll type in here. What's it? I'll type in here 2011 from the current date of 2021. So I'll type in 2011. Now it's going to give me the daily prices of this exchange rate over a 10-year period. Then once you get all the data, you literally press download. It will then download from the internet onto your computer, and you can literally just open up the file. Then you can obtain the data. So what I'm going to show you guys is how this volatility is done using these spreadsheets. And then guys, you can literally just every 3 months, I usually do it, I update every 3 months, and you can do it yourself, just so you always have the volatility of currency pairs, so you always know where to place your stop losses, as we've touched on, because it's so important that we manage our risk but take your trades in the markets. So all you'll do is you'll come over and you'll highlight the columns, for an example, and you'll just press Alt, Control, and down to the bottom, and a copy of the data. And all you're literally going to do is come into column A at the top here, and you're going to paste the data, and the spreadsheet is automatically going to update. And you can even come in and see how this calculation is done. So basically, you're looking at the daily volatility of the US dollar against the Swedish krona over a 1 week period, 1 month period, a 3 month period, a 1 year period, and a 2 year period. What I focus on personally, guys, which I would recommend that you guys do, when it comes to the daily data, I would say focus on the previous month, for an example. So this is the one you want to be paying much attention to. I used to look at the average of all of the data, but now I just pay attention when I'm looking at daily to the last month. So it's 0.79%. So this is the one I would pay attention to when you're looking at the daily data. When you're looking at the weekly data, you literally do exactly what I just showed you guys from the internet, but you change it from daily to weekly, and the dates are already calculated for you going back 11 years. You just press download again, guys, and you'll simply just update the spreadsheet again for weekly returns over the past 10 years. And again, you'll see these numbers change a tiny bit. So you can see 1.92% is the average over this weekly period going back 10 years. So if I press Control, Alt, Shift to the bottom, copy the data, and then paste it in here, you can see the volatility has changed to 1.78%. So it literally updates the weekly returns of US dollar, Swedish krona. And then again, guys, you can literally just go back onto the website, change it to the monthly, and do exactly the same thing. Just download the data, copy it into the spreadsheet, and then you're going to have the latest monthly ATR volatility for the US dollar against the Swedish krona. So you can do this for all the spreadsheets, which is really cool. And you're going to have an updated volatility analysis of the US dollar against all the currencies in the markets, and then you can then take that data and you can update the spreadsheet, the risk management spreadsheet that is, to make sure that you always are using the correct daily, weekly, and monthly volatility. And remember, guys, you never have this for all the currencies, and you can create your own spreadsheet, just literally going into investing.com, changing the, for example, the currency page we'll look at. and you can update that as much as you guys want to. So again, remember, ATR volatility is so important for our risk management, because as we looked at in the spreadsheet, we need to know how many pips to place our stop loss to in order for us to know how much to place on the trade, and then that how much to place on the trade is going to have a big impact on the lot size we take in the markets as well. So it all links together to make sure we don't take too much risks and therefore lose money in the market. So guys, I hope that makes sense. Thank you for watching.